My name is Paul Nuku. I'm from Deep Kloof. I've just currently been working on a project, Metsi. My role in Metsi was a dramaturge. A dramaturge is somebody who looks at a reading or looks at a script and try to amplify or try to facilitate the writer's world. I think is getting the ink on the paper and making it live, meaning the words that are also documented in the plan, the words that are also documented in the script, the words that are documented in the action plan of the whole project when they come alive. I think that has been the difficult part in documenting this work. Most of our stories were documented in a different lens, and for us to tell our stories, it will mean it is told on a lens that has experienced or a lens that has observed the real essence of that kind of a story that is told. And as Black people, mostly as storytellers, because it's a gift, we born with it, and we storytellers from our ancestors back then, drawing on stones and whatnot, and sharing stories around the fallen sun. So for me, it is important to tell the Black story in a lens that is suitable. Keep writing. And this time is a very awkward time because also creatively it is not a conducive time because there is a lot that is happening. Because there's something which is very important, which is historians document history and we document the feeling of history. So if writers are documenting what is happening within them and their lives and their surroundings and in their society, in their world, and it's going to be important for the future to be reading about what transpired in 2020, and it needs to be the voices that lived the hardship or the easiest ways within the specific time, and the only people who can do that are writers. So I would say keep writing and be true to what you're writing. Hannah van Tonder as something else, like her imagination, and it's also not easy working with her as well in terms of oozing out this imagination and making sure that you buy into the imagination and you truly believe in this imagination and truly believe in what she is imagining, what she was visioning. So it was not an easy road. It was tough. I remember she spent a lot of time crying about the project and trying to say, is this her voice? Trying to say, is this me being listened to in this space? Is this me as a Black woman, young, trying to lead a team that is so experienced, legends on their own rights, and her as young as she is, coming into the industry and full force, also being next to her was a little bit also, very awkward because we had to be in one boat and in one mind in whatever that we had to do. I had to drum attack. I had to make sure her visions come alive. I love the question of what makes Metsi different from other love stories. It's because it is based on true facts as well and true experience of these two characters. So these two characters are trying to portray this feel of these true events and these true feelings that are happening. And the difference within that is that it is not a friction and it is not a thought of a one person sitting somewhere. It is a lived story. It is a breathing story. It is an everyday story. It is happening even today. It is happening even now. It is happening even in this minute. Everybody has that in them even now. They have that sense of love. It's not also about loving this person. It's about loving who you are. It's loving what you have. It's loving what you cannot change. It's loving what you can change. It's loving what you see. It's basically a now story. It's not a past, it's not a present story, it's not a futuristic story, but it's a story that is currently now, as we speak, as we sit, as we are chatting about it, because it's a lived experience. It's water, it's life. We need water, and 90% of our body is carrying water. So Metsi is relevant in such a way that it is life, and it's different from other stories because it is now. Creating theater for online or creating theater in these times, it is very difficult. And creating theater in understanding that yes, there won't be an audience who would be watching the work. It is so tricky as well and challenging. And understanding that most of our work, it is work of like intimacy. It's a personal, kind of like one-on-one, kind of like a situation. I feel what you feel now. So when we streaming it, it's kind of like difficult that we had to bring that feeling into the online or the streaming part of it. So we are also faced with a beautiful challenge, which is how do we bring the experience of being inside the theater, bringing it in the comfort of their cell phones, whatever sources they have to access this production. And the beautiful thing about it is also it's going to be accessed by anyone. It's going to be accessed by everyone, and that's what we want. We want our stories to be, accessed by anyone everywhere in the world, and that's the beauty about streaming it.
Sketch production.